Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Today has been a truly amazing, energetic day in terms of what I've been downloading. I strongly feel like certain divine masculines are absolutely gaining the clarity that they have been seeking, because this temporary hermit mode that they're going into is really allowing them to tap into their intuition and kind of figure out the guidance and messages that their guides and spirit team are trying to give them, and also that their divine feminine is truly hinting at. I'm strongly feeling like there is a divine feminine in the collective who is very intuitive, and when she mirrors her counterpart's energy, she knows that that's exactly what's happening. She doesn't wonder where that's coming from, and she knows how to respond to that energy, that she can actually decipher through this mirroring what her counterpart is processing, what he's channeling to her telepathically, and she's actually able to respond to that, which is a pretty amazing indicator of how in tune she is with the energies that come through for her. So this particular couple, twin flame couple, although they may not be a couple in the 3D realm just yet, truly has an amazing connection, because number one, I feel like this divine masculine, also like many in the collective, is in a temporary hermit mode, and this is allowing him to gain better intuition, better intuitive insights. I pulled a couple cards earlier just to kind of make sense of what I was feeling, and I got such joyous energy coming through for these counterparts today. I'll show you what those cards are in a minute. I used my Gilded Tarot Royale for that reading, and it was just absolutely amazing. This divine masculine truly views his feminine as someone that he has the utmost respect for. It's almost like she is a mentor for him spiritually, almost like she is a teacher for him on some level. And as much as he passionately loves her, he also very deeply respects her. And many around him may think that he has this feminine up on a pedestal, but truly these counterparts are that good for each other. They are able to help each other energetically process their experiences even at a distance. They're able to empathize and sympathize with each other just through the energetic channeling of shared experiences, rather than being there in the physical 3D with each other and having to kind of see what your counterpart is going through in order to have empathy. They're so energetically connected and in tune with each other that they just pick up on it intuitively, and they're able to help one another at a distance. This is what I'm feeling, and if these messages are for you, your intuition will definitely let you know that this will resonate. So when I pulled some cards earlier, you guys, this is what came out. The first card that had come out was the Six of Wands, which is definitely the victory card. This divine masculine is feeling absolutely victorious since early this morning, because I feel like when he finally tuned into his intuition and listened to his higher self and his guides, he was able to see that his divine feminine is truly open to receiving him back, and that his worries are kind of unfounded, that all these worries he had about what the outcome would be when he takes that leap of faith have just kind of disappeared this morning. And now he's finally realizing that as soon as I get my ducks in a row, so to speak, and I'm able to step forward and have this heart-to-heart conversation with my feminine, he's just sure that everything is going to fall into place. The second card, if this card will stay in my hand, is the Strength card, that this realization truly gave this divine masculine a huge sense of inner strength and courage. That lion within him is growing from a cub into an adult lion here. And I'm really just, being drawn to this lion in walking position, and how his head is held high, his mane is being blown back, and he's just facing whatever challenges are coming his way with his head up. And his courage is also in control. Notice that this lady has him on a leash here of sorts. So he is not letting his courage turn into pride. He is letting his courage be his guide, his inner strength. And he's not becoming egotistical about it, where he's just so sure of himself that he makes rash decisions. No, when he's out of balance, he can tell, and he takes a step back to rebalance himself, because that's how important this connection is to him. He's feeling very generous and balanced within when it comes to his divine feminine now, because he's so sure that his desire for her is reciprocated equally, with equal intensity. That not only was she generous to him before and continues to be, but now that generosity is going to be reciprocated in this connection, that this divine masculine is going to fill the cups of this divine feminine that he had failed to do before. So a lot of deep internal realizations are also hitting this divine masculine at the same time, which is partly contributing to the imbalance in the energy that he feels around him. But because he has gotten the intuitive confirmations that he is hoping for, he's starting to look at this new beginning as a very real possibility. It's no longer a nebulous dream or just something he desires but doesn't know if his feminine also wants. It is extremely real. He is, all packed up and ready to go, and he's almost right here. He's almost right at the brink of entering this gateway that's going to take him into his light at the end of the tunnel, which is union. Yes, the Four of Wands card also came out, and he is literally just dying to talk to his counterpart at this point. There are so many, I feel a very strong sense of overflowing emotions on said things that are just coming to the surface, and he cannot hold them in anymore. And there's so many times when I feel like in the past this divine masculine had almost reached out and stopped himself, but now it's not, he isn't doing that kind of back and forth anymore in this particular connection. What I feel like he's doing is really figuring out a plan for his approach, because he knows this is something he wants. And I truly have an inkling, I am strongly feeling that he is not only watching his feminine on social media, but he is also watching his feminine's family on social media, just to see if there's any gaps, in her postings from anyone else's, just to make sure that the coast is clear for him, and probably to try to get a gauge on the energies of the people within her family, just to see if he can look at their photos and determine their energy towards him. Will they be receptive? How, what kind of feel does he get from these people? It's something that I am picking up on. So the Queen of Wands was the energy at the bottom of the deck. So there's definitely a lot of fiery passion energy. And I definitely am getting the feeling that this divine masculine may currently be embodying divine feminine energy. So it's possible that although he may be biologically a male, this divine masculine may right now be resonating with divine feminine energy. So that is also part of the imbalance that I was sensing within him earlier, that perhaps with the temperance card, I should say, yeah, that he was feeling out of balance, and he's trying to find that within himself now so that he doesn't make any mistakes when he comes forward. Let's see what other messages come through here for these counterparts. The Empress, yes. So his divine feminine in his eyes is definitely already the Empress. There is no doubt about that. He already sees her in this light. I heard Spirit say utmost respect. So I feel like he truly, you know, isn't just looking at her as, you know, as a romantic interest or as just, you know, somebody he wants to make his life partner, but he's truly respecting her in every sense. I feel like this masculine feels that he has a lot to learn from his divine feminine. Excuse me. Two of Pentacles, yeah. So he is still kind of juggling between that desire to just come rushing in and his desire to have a balanced plan and approach. And I also feel like there may be some remnants of some toxic connections, behavioral patterns that are still haunting this masculine. And due to, I heard people-pleasing habits. So, okay, people-pleasing habits. He may not be able to cut these connections as quickly as he would like. And I do sense definitely very deeply that he wants to cut those connections off. But I feel like he's a very tender-hearted person, and the thought of hurting somebody else just kind of scares him. And he also seems to be a bit conflict avoidant. That's the energy that I'm picking up here. King of Pentacles, yes. So this is also something that the divine masculine is working on, because, okay, I just heard Spirit say, I want to provide for you. So I feel like part of him is also feeling unworthy because he may not have the financial standing or backing that he would like to have to present himself as a good match for this feminine. I feel like part of him really thinks that this feminine can do better than him. And so that insecurity also continues to hold him back a little bit. The Hanged Man, yeah. So when he goes into this kind of passive watching phase, he's actually not being passive at all. What he is he is gathering information. So when he just seems to be observing from a distance, he's observing with very acute purposes. He's observing with some very specific things in mind that he's looking for to see if it's safe for him to make that move. So just because you don't see communication from him just yet in the 3D physical, please don't feel like he's just, you know, sitting there laying eggs. He is truly working on something solid before he comes in here. Page of Swords, yes. How synchronistic, you guys. So just like I said earlier, he's watching on social media. He's watching his divine feminine, her friends, her family, and really just gathering information on where she's standing in her life right now, because he wants to make sure that he is going to be emotionally safe when he takes this leap of faith. It's not going to be easy, you know, in any sense. 8 of Swords, yes. So there's still some, like I said, residual toxic patterns and connections that he's working on breaking free from, that it's not really clear why he still feels tied to these, other than the fact that he doesn't want to hurt people's feelings. But I definitely feel like there may be something else to that, and that's possibly abandonment issues or possible emotional manipulation that may be playing a role here. So just just give him some grace, because he doesn't need a whole lot more time. I feel like a majority of the work is definitely done here. 10 of Pentacles, you guys, the treasure chest. Yes, this card to me also symbolizes marriage, engagement, higher level commitment. So this is definitely coming in for these counterparts, and this is exactly what this divine masculine has in mind. He's not you know, looking for just something short term. He wants to make this connection work. Although I do hear Spirit saying that he doesn't want to rush the process. So I feel like he wants this connection so badly, but there are some things that he wants to kind of have in place or have accomplished or something before this new beginning in love. I'm telling you, sometimes Spirit just completes my sentences for me, but how beautiful, you guys. Yes. So this new beginning in love is definitely his end goal here. You know, he wants as much commitment with his feminine as he can have. However, he does feel like his feminine is still a bit guarded because she's still hurting from some past traumas, wounds, insecurities, possibly. I don't sense that this feminine is typically an insecure individual. I don't get that energy at all. I do feel like her experiences with this particular divine masculine have probably led to some insecurities that she's never really had to deal with before. So these are also some new things that are arising for her that she's learning to work through during this phase of temporary separation. And we also have the Three of Wands, you guys. So look at that. Yes, the ship is here. The ship is here to pick this divine masculine up, and he is just standing there waiting to board it. So it's so near, you can smell it, you guys. So near, you can smell it. This reunion, I just have a feeling this divine masculine is going to communicate completely out of the blue. This divine feminine on some level knows that she is expecting reunion, because it is something that you can intuitively feel when your time is drawing near, usually. Not every single time, but when your masculine is about to reach out to you, there is a possibility it could completely take you by surprise, and there is a possibility that you just sensed it was coming. Like, you know it's coming. You don't necessarily know when it's coming, but you just kind of intuitively pick up on that fact. Right now we have the Four of Cups here, which speaks to some remaining feelings of despondency and sadness within this divine masculine, because I just heard Spirit say missed opportunities. I feel like this divine masculine definitely feels like he missed out on some beautiful time, experiences, and energy with his divine feminine when he walked away from her. I feel like that is what contributed to the 3D physical disconnect here, is his choosing to be with a third party and walking away from the feminine in the past. And now he's heavily regretting that. And he's looking up at this divine feminine and saying, I miss you so much. I was so dumb to walk something as good as you out of my life. And I literally just walked you out of my life, and I so want you back. But look at this, guys, the World. Yes, his feminine to him is ultimate happiness, like everything you could possibly ever want in a person. But this card also speaks to the fact that this divine masculine is expanding, growing, spiritually awakening, tuning into parts of himself and his intuition that have been shut off to him probably for his entire life. And now he is being awakened to all of that, and he is being lifted spiritually to a whole new level, something that he probably never experienced, something that he probably never expected. And just what is going on with him, within him now, is truly causing him some growing pains. So that is also where divine timing is coming into play here, that he, you know, the universe is not exactly allowing him to rush in as fast as he needs to, because he does need some time to process and to get accustomed to these new growths, these new awakenings that are happening within him, and to kind of heal from those growing pains before he takes such a big leap. Cards are flying today. 9 of Swords. Yes, this divine masculine at times can be very anxious. I definitely do channel that energy from him. And I feel like lately, possibly over the past 2 weeks or so, he has been having many moments of anxiety. And during those moments, I strongly feel like he misses his feminine the most, because he feels safe around her and he wants to have her around to process these things with. So what came out here? 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, so there's definitely a big left out in the cold energy coming from the past with these counterparts. And I feel like there has definitely been some justice that's been served, karmic justice, and this is not in a punishment kind of way, but it's just to give both, you know, the other party a relatable energy to see what the, or, you know, the original party that was left out in the cold went through. So I definitely feel like this masculine is feeling locked out of this feminine's life, because I feel like him shutting her out was such a constant and deliberate thing that was going on when they had some communication in the 3D physical, that now when he wants to come back, he doesn't even know how, number one. And number two, part of him is also afraid that this divine feminine may not even believe him, because his actions in the past were definitely not congruent with the words that he wants to say to her now. But here we have the Wheel of Fortune, you guys, and this is also a card that I big time associate with forward movement when it comes out in the upright position. So a lot of positive momentum here in this connection. This left out in the cold feeling is about to go away. Notice how these gentlemen here are all nice and wrapped up. So this divine masculine is definitely going to feel some warmth of love from his divine feminine very soon here. The time is currently in their favor. Divine timing is definitely at work, and its time is in their favor, because their reunion window is basically here. They have done the inner work that they needed to do. They have learned most of the soul lessons that they needed to learn here, and they're just ready to be with each other again. Oh my gosh, you guys, so many cards. This Strength card came out again, and I'm getting that when the time comes for this masculine to make his move to reach out, he will have that strength and courage. It is now tied to him. Like I pointed out earlier, notice how the woman has it on a leash, that this this courage that is right now to me depicted with this lion is going to make it stand and reappear within the divine masculine when the time comes for him to reach out to his feminine. 6 of Swords. He's already moving towards the better future with his feminine, and he may not even know it. He may still be thinking that he's planning, but the universe has other plans for him, and everything is unfolding according to divine plan, according to divine timing. So he is already on this boat, and he's already moving forward, even though he may not even know it. He has definitely been manifesting this connection. However, both parties have been manifesting this connection. They are both constantly on each other's minds. Notice how all of these cups have something in it. Their cups are always filled with thoughts and love for each other. There's never a moment when that is empty. There's never a moment when that ever goes away. Every single moment these two always, always have each other on their minds, whether it is, you know, actively on the conscious front or just in the back of their minds while they go about their day-to-day tasks. But especially for the divine masculine, I definitely sense that some days it is extremely difficult for him to focus on anything besides his divine feminine, that no matter how much he quote unquote beats his mind up to try and bring it on track and focus on what he needs to focus on, whatever's in front of him, he just can't do it because the only thing he can think about is his feminine. The Lover's card, you guys, this, if you have well, let me say it this way. If this reading is resonating with you and this sounds like your connection, your intuition will tell you if this is for you. And if you're having any doubts about whether the person that you are having in mind, whether the person that is relating to the energies that are being talked about in this reading, whether this person is your twin flame, your true twin flame, this card is definitely speaking to the fact that yes, this person is your true twin flame, especially because this to me depicts the divine masculine's higher self, you know, comforting and holding and lifting up this feminine, which is exactly what we see all the time in true twin flame connections, divinely guided connections. I feel like whatever last decisions this divine masculine has to make before he can fully make this forward movement toward his feminine are literally on the brink of being voiced. I feel like internally those decisions are already made for the divine masculine, but what makes him go back and forth is the emotional aspect of it, where he is either trying to protect people's feelings, or there's just some other element of codependency or toxicity that's causing him to hold on to something that he really doesn't even want to hold on to. He just doesn't seem to have the courage and the strength to speak his truth. However, this is all about to change, you guys. Time is in these counterparts' favor. Look what card came out again. Victory. Yes. This divine masculine is going to conquer over his toxic behavioral patterns, over his codependency. And I don't feel like this divine masculine is truly a toxic person. I get a very, you know, warm, fuzzy, sweet, helpful kind of vibe from him. When I say toxicity in terms of this connection, I'm truly just referring to any codependencies within this masculine that are truly stemming from the wounded masculine within him that cause him to hold on to connections and engage in people-pleasing behaviors that are toxic for him. So this divine masculine is not toxic for others. I feel like he has behavioral patterns and tendencies that are toxic for himself. The Devil card. So yes, right now he definitely does feel a sense of entrapment in situations and conditions within his life that he's truly desperately trying to get out of. And I feel like part of that is also work related, part of that is also connection related, perhaps to a third party. I don't feel like there is any sort of relationship there, but there's definitely like a lingering connection that just needs to be cut off completely. Because I feel like the third party energy that I'm picking up on here is just trying to suck this divine masculine back into her grasp, because I feel like the third party has abandonment issues. I feel like this divine masculine must be codependent for sure, but I feel like the third party, it has abandonment issues. So I feel like she's just not letting go of him because she just can't. Like, it's something that she needs to heal. And I feel like that is going to happen as soon as this divine masculine makes that decision to cut her off completely, which is going to trigger her into the journey of her own healing, this third party. 10 of Cups, you guys. This is exactly, this is so beautiful. This is how the masculine views his feminine. She is his ultimate happily ever after. And this is what he's after. He is trying so hard to break free from this so he can have this victory with his fairy tale princess. I just heard Spirit say fairy tale princess, so that must resonate with somebody. If you resonate with fairy tale princesses, definitely let me know in the comments. And oh gosh, you guys, we have the Star card here. So yes, if this reading is resonating with you, every cup you can imagine with regard to your twin flame connection is about to be filled. And for some reason, I'm getting the month of April. So next month, it must have some significance for you. So maybe if you are waiting for some doors to open or to see some, forward momentum in some area of your life, whether it's your twin flame connection or career or both, you would possibly see something like that in April. I'm just picking up April for whatever reason. So if that resonates with you, I would love to hear about it in the comments. Let's go to the romance angels and see what they have to say about this connection. What do the romance angels have to say about these divine counterparts and their connection? Codependency. I'm telling you, you cannot make this stuff up, guys. Yes, codependency is definitely a factor. Religious factors, okay, so there we go. If you remember me saying that there's something nebulous about what else might be holding this divine masculine back, or some other factor that might be contributing to him not coming in as fast as he would like to. It doesn't necessarily have to be religious differences, but I just heard differences with this card. So there are possibly some differences that need to be reconciled, maybe between families or between the counterparts that might be standing in the way here. But Spirit is saying this is going to be worth waiting for, because none of this is going to matter in literally 3 months. I'm just picking up so strongly on June. I feel like these counterparts are definitely going to be in reunion by June. You deserve love. You are lovable. I definitely feel like this is especially true for the divine masculine right now, because I do sense an I'm not good enough for you divine feminine type of energy coming from him. Yes. As I said in the beginning of the reading, this is a very passionate connection, fiery passion coming through here. And these two are both just magnetic for each other. Their energies are definitely very, very close here. They're pretty much in reunion energetically already, or almost. I feel like this is probably going to climax either by the end of this month, or by maybe that's also what's happening in April, is maybe energetic union is going to complete for these counterparts by April. That could also be a thing. I'll see if any more cards want to come through here. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So I definitely feel like this is more for the masculine, because I'm strongly sensing that energy that he tends to hold things in, and he doesn't necessarily talk a whole lot about his feelings to people. And I feel like part of that is probably because he may not feel understood, or he just doesn't want to be judged on the physical 3D. But I do feel like this connection is something that this masculine is now talking to everybody about. I don't feel like he's holding back in this arena anymore. He may have been hiding this connection in the past. I feel like that was an issue, in terms of just not even letting anybody know what was going on with his feelings. But I feel like that's definitely changed. I do sense that this divine masculine has talked to a lot of friends and family about this connection, because he just can't hold it in anymore. And he's so confident in his divine feminine and so proud to show her off to friends and family that, you know, he really, that's what the Goddess of the Moon card means to me, you guys, is just ultimate Empress mode here. Envy. So, okay, I'm sensing two things with this card. I'm definitely sensing envy on the part of the divine masculine, that in case there is a third party involved with his feminine, which goes back to what I was saying earlier about this masculine, you know, kind of watching not just the feminine, but her family and friends on social media as well, just to make sure that there is no gaps in, you know, what she's posting versus what her family might be posting. Like, for example, maybe this divine feminine doesn't post pictures of herself and, you know, a third party that she might be involved with, which I'm not saying that is the case, but this is what's going on in the masculine's mind, if that makes sense. So the masculine is thinking, maybe, you know, my divine feminine doesn't post pictures of people she's in a relationship with, but, you know, if she is with somebody, they must be hanging out with her family, and maybe her family and friends will have pictures on their wall of her, and maybe I'll be able to see it there if there is somebody. So there's definitely that feeling of envy. But this also speaks to what I was talking about earlier, that he feels left out, or that he feels like he missed out on some really beautiful opportunities with the feminine, you know, just by walking her out of his life. Because look at this, guys, happy family. So just like the 10 of Cups card, this is ultimately the 10 of Cups card from tarot. But this to me also signals some family wounds that this divine masculine is also in the process of healing. And I feel like just by becoming more spiritual as a result of this twin flame connection, that he is on the brink of, you know, healing however much he can heal at this point in time. That still makes this reunion viable. The 5th chakra, the throat chakra card. This divine masculine is definitely having a lot of throat chakra blocks cleared here. And this is so synchronistic. If you remember, I just spoke on the fact that this divine masculine maybe did not talk to a lot of people for fear of being judged about certain things. Maybe he was also hiding this connection in some sense. But with these throat chakra blocks being cleared, and that's evidenced by this divine masculine actually talking to family and friends now about this connection, that I feel like for a pretty good chunk of time, he had just kept hidden and completely, you know, enclosed within himself. Now it's all just coming out, which means these blocks are being cleared. And this is exactly what is going to help him communicate with the divine feminine. Attachment. Yes, there is a very strong sense of attachment that this masculine has to his feminine. I just heard Spirit say, I'm a part of you. So I feel like this divine masculine truly, actually, literally feels like he is a part of this divine feminine, and that he cannot exist without her. And the broken heart card just flew out. So every time he thinks of his divine feminine, he definitely feels joy because her energy is uplifting to him. But what's happening as he's awakening is he's having a very deep realization of how he contributed to their 3D physical separation phase, and what, you know, all the things that he did that kind of led this connection to fall apart and become stagnant. So this is also the number 9 card. I feel like 999 is definitely an angel number for these counterparts to pay attention to. So yeah, although his divine feminine definitely uplifts him, he also feels very brokenhearted when he thinks back to all the things that transpired between them that he was actually responsible for and is now taking full responsibility for internally, and also as he's talking to other people. His root chakra is strengthening, and this is exactly what needs to happen so he can cut off those connections like the third party and any other connections or behavioral patterns that are not healthy for him, that may be toxic for him. and that are just not allowing him to lead the life that he is desiring to lead with his divine feminine. So the strengthening of the root chakra is a huge, huge component in reunion. Woman holding a heart. Yes, I just heard Spirit say, you hold my heart. And okay, I just got a really beautiful download, you guys. You see that this is the number 44 card. Usually I associate the angel number 222 with an, a 5D higher self, I love you, from the twin flame counterpart. But for this divine feminine, I feel like 44 or 444 is the angel number reminder that she holds her masculine's heart, that he's protecting this connection and she has nothing to worry about. This divine masculine is absolutely protecting this connection. Let me get this card here. Door to personal healing and happiness. Yes, so this door is now wide open for this divine masculine, and the divine feminine has almost halfway passed through it already. So as a result, she triggered her masculine into doing the same. The color yellow might also be significant for somebody listening here. So if yellow speaks to you in any sense, this may be for you. The 6th chakra card for your intuition, your third eye, also came out here. And I can't help but notice all the blues around this angel. This is Archangel Metatron. The blue is also associated with the throat chakra and communication, you guys. So this is a huge confirmation from Spirit that when throat chakra blocks are cleared and this divine masculine gets deeper in touch with his intuition, communication in the 3D between the counterparts is going to happen. It's just going to be a result of that. Angel of Strength. This is the 3rd time in this reading, you guys, that the Strength card came out. I already had it pulled when I started recording from my, what is this? Gilded Tarot Royale deck. And now it came out twice through this deck. Now it's coming out here. This is a huge, huge indication, you guys, that the divine masculine is truly stepping into his divine masculine power, that he is gaining the courage that he has been lacking for so long. And this is exactly what is going to help him reunite with his feminine in divine timing when the time comes, which I am so strongly feeling is like by June max. But for right now, the last bits of karmic contract with the third party and any other third party influences that might be clouding his judgment, that are kind of keeping him out of communication are now ending. So if you're seeing the angel number 1010, I also saw 43 minutes and 10 seconds on my recording timer. So 1010 is definitely an angel number for you because karmic contracts are ending there, and that will be your confirmation. Let's see if any other cards come through here. The Temple Path. This card I strongly also associate with intuition and the crown chakra. So the 6th and 7th cards and the Temple Path all kind of hold a similar meaning for me. So I just heard Spirit say, I'm on my way home. So as the divine masculine reconnects with his intuition, he's going to find his way home to his feminine. He already knows that the feminine is his home. He's just not sure how to get home at this point. So his intuition is going to give him the insight, the strength, the wherewithal to do that. Let's see. Appreciation. Yes. This divine masculine is appreciating his feminine like never before. He is seeing every single day what he had with her and feeling intense, immense remorse for what he did miss out on and what he is still missing out on by not being in communication with her. I feel like this divine masculine was never quite shown the appreciation that he felt like he deserved. I do get that people-pleasing kind of energy from him. So I feel like, you know, although he was doing that, people were not really telling him how appreciated he was. Anxiety. Yes, this anxiety card is loaded, you guys, because this divine masculine has so many things on his mind. I'm strongly sensing racing thoughts, racing heart as I am channeling his energy. I feel like his emotions are definitely running high today. I feel like he had an epiphany today about something. And I feel like it's definitely something in regards to this connection and what might be, you know, bothering his divine feminine. He probably had another deeper internal realization. Maybe it was something that he saw that triggered that, but something definitely happened today to where his emotions are running high. Adjacent possibilities. So I'm not sure what this card is trying to tell me here. Can you clarify, Spirit? Adjacent possibilities about... Okay, that makes sense. So adjacent possibilities about, and another twin flame card, you guys. This is one of the two cards in this deck that I most strongly associate with twin flame connections. So again, if you had any doubts whether the person you have in mind that this reading is resonating with you for is truly your twin flame, I think Spirit is stepping in to say that yes, this person is your true twin flame here. But the adjacent possibilities is whether or not this divine masculine will come into energetic balance just now. This energetic balance is definitely in the works. It's something that's happening, you know, through the divine in the background, through his internal work, and through his reconnection to his higher self. But you probably remember me saying earlier in this reading that I feel like this divine masculine today is strongly embodying divine feminine energy. So I feel like it's an adjacent possibility whether or not he's going to find that balance within him within this coming week. So he may have a week or two maybe where he's really energetically feeling out of balance. Let's see what other messages come through here. I feel like this deck is kind of going silent. I'm going to go to the Lover's Oracle and see what messages of guidance come through for us here for this reading. Spirit, can I have any more messages? Okay. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Yes, so as you wait for your divine masculine, beautiful divine feminine, just remember that energetically this connection can never be severed. Your divine masculine will always be yours no matter what happens in the 3D physical. But you are on the brink of reunion. Just remember that this journey is about unconditional love, and the fact that this unconditional love is not about claiming each other. It's about growing and ascending with each other to fulfill a divine mission here on earth and to uplift the vibration of this earth through unconditional love and healing the wounds within us that caused us to be triggered and for this separation phase to occur in the first place. So it's not just about giving the relationship a label in the 3D. It is definitely about giving each other the room and space to grow. So it's going to be worth the wait. You're waiting for a reason is basically what Spirit is reiterating here. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. So this is so synchronistic with the anxieties and the all tied up card and the 9 of Swords that we got earlier. Anytime you feel triggered, this is a method to use to kind of center yourself and clear your energy again, where you imagine all those unwanted thoughts, all those thoughts that are triggering you, to dissolve into light and create room for new opportunities. So this also goes for this divine masculine who is triggered by thoughts of not being good enough for his feminine. He is definitely being told here he is good enough. Reflection, give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So yeah, even energetically, don't try to chase this connection. It's already yours. Just have faith. Have faith that everything is playing out according to divine plan and timing. And it will all be okay. Everything will be as it should be in the end. Transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. I just heard this third party holds nothing over you. Beautiful divine feminine, do not be triggered or feel insecure about this third party situation, because it's literally on its way out the door. Consider it dissolved and done. It's just a matter of time when the divine masculine's root chakra completely strengthens, that he will be able to just tell her that, I can't interact with you anymore. It's a matter of respect to my counterpart. And I do feel like that will happen. I don't think you have to worry about that. Breath of the cosmos, so synchronistic, you guys. Yes. Release your anxieties and let the universe, let your spirit guides, let God, whatever higher power you resonate with, take care of you. You're a child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. Intuitively, you already know so many things. Both counterparts, you both know so many things. Like it says, you're a child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe is already within you. You just need to tap into it. So by doing, by working on clearing your energy and just focusing on yourself, you are going to tap into your intuition. And that is exactly what is going to help you cope in this time of separation. Right now, this is a time for life lessons, soul growth. You're in an earth school here, like this card says pretty much. And yes, just like this image suggests, it can feel like you are falling head first from the sky down to earth sometimes. It can be a very rocky roller coaster type road here to healing, but you know what? It's almost over and you made it this far. If anything, you should be proud of yourself. You should be giving yourself a pat on the back that I didn't think I would survive this separation, but look at where we've come. Look at how far we've come here. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. How many times can Spirit possibly tell us that yes, turn into your intuition. Trust your intuition. And really activate your intuition by silencing the mind, practicing meditation, deep breathing. If any of you do yoga, definitely I recommend that. It's great for clearing your energy. Walks in nature, all of those things. Listening to soft, gentle, soothing music is also an awesome way to clear your energy and to really get in touch with your intuition. Your intuition is very, very silent. It'll speak to you in hints, and you really just have to be aware of it when it shows up for you and pay attention to what it's telling you. Your intuition will never mislead you, but your interpretation of your intuition is not always correct if you have too much noise in your mind or in your environment to really tune into the feelings that arise with those internal subconscious messages. Longing for home, homesick for the stars. Both of you, both counterparts are so intensely longing for each other, you guys, that there's just no other place for them to go but home to each other. they are each other's home, and that's that, just period. So beautiful reading, you guys, absolutely beautiful reading. Because we did have some fiery, passionate energy, let's take a look into the Tarot of Sexual Magic and see what comes through here. What kind of a lover will this divine masculine be for this divine feminine when he returns? I'm like, okay, we already got our 2 cards. Wow, you guys. He's not going to waste any time in wanting to get close to you, beautiful divine feminine, but this is definitely not in a sleazy way. This is the Knight of Swords, and this card also came out in the traditional tarot, so this is him wanting full emotional vulnerability and intimacy with you, not just physical. I definitely don't feel even a hint of any sleazy energy here. This is the divine masculine finally like taking control of his ego and, you know, pushing through it, pushing through his ego-based 3D matrix fears and truly opening his heart to you and having a beautiful, intimate conversation, probably for the first time in your connection. And I bet you this is something you've been waiting for. It's going to be so beautiful, and that is confirmed by the 10 of Cups. You guys are going to be like a married couple pretty much like from the start. I do feel that this divine masculine is concerned about rushing things, that he doesn't want to rush the process of getting, you know, into a connection with you, but he definitely wants to make you exclusively his at the same time. So he is having a bit of, you know, a mental battle here about, you know, how fast things should go. But I think you both can definitely figure that out very easily, because you both seem to be on the same page with that. I feel like you're definitely, you know, wanting commitment from your divine masculine as well, and not wanting him to feel rushed, not wanting to feel rushed yourself. So I definitely think because you're both on the same page, that's going to work itself out just fine. I'm going to pull some love messages from the masculine to the feminine, and then vice versa. So there we go. These fell face up, so I'm taking it first. I want to help heal your heart. This divine masculine is serious about making amends when he reconciles with you. It's just like I've been saying, it's not about just giving this a name in the 3D physical. He wants to protect you. You are his forever. A man protects what he loves. Don't forget that. Definitely. Let's travel somewhere. I definitely see, you know, some nice getaways for you guys. Your opinions do matter to me. So this goes back to the Knight of Swords from the Tarot of Sexual Magic that I just pulled, and I said you guys are going to have a lot of beautiful heart-to-heart conversations. He's going to be so vulnerable with you like he's never been before. So there you go. Your opinions do matter. And if you remember me saying earlier in the video, I was getting some cuddly energy. I just want to cuddle and kiss you. That's so beautiful, you guys. That's so sweet. There's so much sweetness in this connection. You guys probably don't even realize it as counterparts of how much sweetness there is in this connection. You just both absolutely adore each other. And that's the way it should be. That's what's going to make it last. This is no doubt the love of a lifetime, you guys. This is absolutely the love of a lifetime. Now I'm going to channel some divine feminine, higher self-love messages to her masculine. Spirit, if I can get a card from the divine feminine's higher self, what message would she like to give her masculine? Okay. The number 39 card, Blessing of Zara. So again, 333999. I mentioned 999 earlier in the reading. These are also some angel number synchronicities to pay attention to if these readings are resonating for you guys. Blessing of Zara. Let go of thought. Don't take it into your heart. You are naked, and thought is like ice. You use thought to seek release from suffering and pain, while thought is the cause of your suffering and pain. The realm of creation is outside the scope of thought. O foolish one, see the opus and behold the beauty. Look in the direction from which the images flow. See the brook that causes the wheel to turn. Rumi. That is so beautiful, you guys. This is actually so synchronistic, where the Divine Feminine's higher self is stepping in to say, as a word of advice to her masculine, who is so strongly suffering from anxiety, that the thoughts that you're holding within you is the only cause of your suffering and pain. I am not going to hurt you. I have no plans of rejecting you. You are more than good enough for me. I want you back in my life and I love you. You have nothing to fear with me, Divine Masculine. And that is such a reassuring thing. It just shows the protectiveness of both parties. If you remember earlier from this deck, we pulled the I want to protect you card. I'm going to protect you. So this isn't something that just the masculine will do. This feminine is also definitely very protective of her masculine. I can feel it. So I hope these readings reach who they need to reach. If they're resonating with you, if it's your energy I'm picking up on, please definitely let me know in the comments. I love hearing from all of you. If you are new to this channel, welcome. I'm so thrilled to see my Twin Flame Soul Tribe expanding and growing. I'm so happy to be able to do this for all of you, and I'm so thrilled to hear from all of you who say that these readings help you. It really makes everything feel so worthwhile, and it really is to me. This doesn't feel like work at all. This is literally a labor of love. I love doing this for you guys, and I so appreciate you all for listening. So if you are new here, definitely double check and make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, and be sure to like these videos. By doing those two things, you are energetically signaling your presence here to me, and I'm able to pick up on your energies a little bit easier. You're also signaling to Spirit that you're here, open and receptive to, hearing whatever guidance or messages that come through with these readings. And also be sure to follow me on Instagram, where I run specials pretty regularly. You can book a reading with me when I'm running a special, or you can book a message card pull from me at any time. I have a lot of message card decks and whatnot. So if you are in a no contact situation and you want to know what your person's higher self has to say to you, your true divine counterpart's higher self, then definitely you can book one of those card pulls with me at any time. You don't have to wait for a special. I will leave my Instagram and TikTok IDs in the video description box, so you guys can come find me if you are interested. And otherwise, just, I enjoy these videos. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave me a comment to let me know how they resonate. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I will talk to you again in the next reading video. Good night, guys.